All right, this should be rolling. Let me yeah, I'm gonna get a different camera setup, I think. Yeah, it's rolling. So back to this rudder. So as you can see, it's got a male and a female, well, male female side, and the dimple has a shank on it, so that actually is what goes in the hole to line you up, and then it works just like anything else. So I'm gonna have to actually adjust this. There we go. So this is gonna have to flip, and you got to be careful because you don't want to dimple it the wrong way. I don't like doing this, but the hard part is getting the hole to line up with this thing. Okay. All right, so let me try not to unbend this. Yeah, this big bulky thing is a pain in the butt. This is actually the inside part. There, see, nothing crazy. And it's a CS 4-4, which is this guy, and it's just a simple little pull type rivet, and you can kind of see it'll sit flush. So now flex this out. That was actually the back side, so the front side should be a little bit easier. I say that, but we'll go nice and slow here and get there we go. There it is. So she is dimpled. Where's my, oh yeah, here we go. So we'll kind of put this back together so you guys can see it. There is an angle to it. Oops. Hope you guys are being able to see this. Wish I had a professional camera. So now you have the two screws, and you can kind of see how it kind of bubbles out a little bit, or pillows out as they call it, and then this is just going to go right in here. So what I'm going to do is get this reassembled real quick, and then I'll do another little video showing the little pop rivet thing. So stand by. All right, everybody, welcome back to HiFly Radio. So still working on updating the rudders and vertical stabilizer. I found something else that I needed to do. It's quick and simple. It's just to fix where you have some pillowing in the skin on the rudder leading edge where the counterbalance weight goes. Probably should have just left it alone, but I was going through the plans and checking them, bouncing them off the old versus the new, because the kit I have is a pretty old kit, and there's been a new rudder update to the plans, which did change some things, because the difference in my kit and the newer ones, I guess you put, instead of using a 2 screws with washers and a nut to hold the weight in place, they ditched the washers and nut and put a what are those things called? Nut plate. Sorry, they used a nut plate. So that's a difference in my plane versus probably a newer one's. Not a big deal, but there was a section that talked about pillowing, and let me just turn this around for you guys and show you. This area right here where when I put the screws in, this area kind of bulged a little bit, and it actually was probably fine. if I would have left it alone, but now that I've already started messing with it, it's kind of made it worse. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the step that it mentions. It mentions drilling a hole, which is a number 30, and then you dimple, and then you put a CS 4-4 pull rivet right here. And I'm gonna do that anyways, because I didn't like that, because it's a place that, you know, a little opening, you can get water in there and stuff like that, and debris. So just closing that off a little bit better will make it a nice fit. And it's literally just a pull rivet. So and I haven't, kind of like these guys right here. But it is a flush pull rivet, so I do have to dimple the skin. Not a huge deal. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. So let me get this thrown on my head here. I've already marked it and put a little a stop on it, a little punch. Actually, let me do that a little bit better. There we go. Kind of starts the dimpling anyways for you. So, all right. There you go. And the good thing is the weight, which is in here, there's actually a hole already in the weight, so that's why it pushed through. So that tells me I'm good on alignment. So let me take this back out. So now I'll just dimple it. It'll be dimpled kind of like these, because it sits flush. And I'll pull out the weight here so you can kind of see there's the center hole. And I'll actually have to probably put I've got to countersink that too, so I got to get out the countersink. This stuff is like it's real soft. It's like lead weight that you would fish with almost. It's probably softer than that. Yeah, it's actually, you can see where it's bent a little bit. Wow. So yeah, so now I'll deburr and dimple, and I'm probably gonna throw some primer back here again, because it's kind of gotten scratched off. There was some primer in there already, so where it's kind of laying on each other, you don't want it to kind of corrode. So I'll probably put a little primer there. That'd be also a good place to put some sealant, in my opinion. But yeah, just a little update. The rudder stop is done, which I did in the last video. And I went through and checked all of my the other rivets that I had already done, made sure they were all proper set, and that's when I ran into this. So dimpling is pretty simple here. Where's the dimples at? So oh, there they are. So you have a male and a female side, and it should be this one. Let me test yeah, it's probably that one. Well, no, that's the bigger one. So this is the next one. Oh, no, it's actually that one. Okay. So that is the size I need. So, but let me see what size that is. That should be flush, should be a 5/32 size, or no, it says 3/16. Hold on a minute. Male, yeah, 1/8. So it's a 1/8. Sorry, 1/8 is what we're looking at, and that should be equivalent. Yep, 1/8 flush rivet. All right, so let me get the little guy here. I've got a actually mod one of my this one. So I'm gonna need this yoke on my new I can't even say it, Num ATX, whatever it is, squeezer, and it It has the similar design, but like these are all like one thickness. This one has a recess to it, so when I try to put this yoke on the Noom ATX, it hits here. So I'm gonna have to grind this little portion right in front of this elbow here down to the same thickness that this is, so I can slide and use this one, because this is going to be used to, I got to replace a rivet. So what's going on here? These pins sometimes yep, it's boogered up. This one went in just fine. All right, let me stop this video. So satisfying. I need to get a trash can. Dun, 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 dun. All right, drilling out these are the hinge brackets with a number 12. This is a double margin. They cut better. These are pretty much already done, but I just wanted to check them to make sure. So this is the rear main spar for the horizontal. Already got the stiffener on here riveted. So now I'm kind of going through and starting final drills. I gotta deburr and clean up all the edges on this, and this will, the front side of this will get primed. The back side won't, because they'll do that when they actually paint the aircraft. So all right, Clico time. So I'm just putting Clico in these brackets back on. They don't seem tight. Is that the wrong size Clico? That might be the wrong size Clico. Hold on. I think that's the wrong size Clico. Let's see. Yep, wrong size Clico. There we go. So this essentially is RV-10, everything. I don't have final drills on this particular kit, so everything is assemble, drill, take it apart, deburr, reassemble, and then rivet. Alright, so this pneumatic or Clico essentially does what the Clico pliers do, but it's run off air. Once you get this a rhythm to this, it actually works really good. It's just hard to get a rhythm going. So I like it. When I was taking all the rivets out of the horizontal, it was painful. Using the hand version, you just get tired. Plus I have bad hands from years of working on these models and stuff, it seems like. I'm just putting 2 in each because I have to essentially match drill. Probably just go ahead and put 3, be done with it. Because I'm sure somebody will say something, but I don't think it matters. Oh, hold on, let me take that. I'll put it over here.
2. Yeah, sorry, I'm not very talkative today. It's hard to get motivated after sitting in a cubicle all day, sucking the life out of you. I'm doing exactly what I said I would never do once I retired from the military. Now I'm just flying a desk. Okay, so essentially all I'm gonna do now is take the number 30 drill and go through and match drill all these holes, take them back off, deburr the holes, and then move on to the next step. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with all that. Yeah, I think these were already done. So I'm just checking them. This kit was started a long time ago. I sold it, and the gentleman never touched it. He essentially just bought one already completed. And then when I decided to build again, I just happened to be looking one day and it popped back up on the for sale location, for sale sites. So I bought it back. It was kind of, I guess it was kind of meant to be. So that being said, I'm just essentially starting over because this one had been assembled. It hadn't been riveted or anything like that. So I'm just going back over the first few steps that I've already done and checking. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this done and pause it, and I will pop back on when I move on to the next step. Cheers. Those work really nice. Interesting. So these are those, it's like a cheaper version of the cog deals. They work really good. It just deburrs the hole. There was people talking about it, but they don't use these because they can enlarge the hole, but there is an adjustment to it. So I put all mine to the least amount of tension on the blade, and I checked it, did some tests, and it hasn't changed the hole diameter at all. My guess is if you did, had too much friction on the blade and you did it too fast, it would probably do that, but these are designed for this. Got a little bit of oil on there. See if it feels any better with the regular deburring tool. Yeah, see, nothing came off. So it's doing its job. Sweet. And I bought extra blades because you can replace the blades when they get dull. It's nice because it goes through and does one side of the hole, and then as you pull it back out, it does the back side, so you don't have to flip the part over every time. Perfecto. So that's all I'm doing. All right, squeezing some rivets here. So each one of these, there's like 3 different rivet sizes in here. So I'm just going back and getting these properly squeezed. And then checking them with my little fancy gauge. Yeah, see, those are better. These were under squeezed as well. So, so I gotta go down through and hit all these. I believe these are the same way. Yeah, they're a little under squeezed. So, I love this longeron yoke. Ooh, careful there, Davis. Perfecto. Those are good. Yeah, those are good. And, oh wait, these are the ones I gotta do now. Yeah, that's loose, okay. El compressor. Sorry for the noise, guys. Yeah, perfect. Well, that is all that. I got a couple more to do here. And then that'll be done. Then I got to do these. These are the really hard ones. They're gonna need probably a bucking bar. So that's about all I'm gonna do today. So you guys take it easy.